Hey there yogis, I'm Nicole. Welcome back to My Yoga Time. Thanks for joining me today. Today I have a gentle but deep, slow moving practice. Of course you can do it at any time of the day, but it's especially nice at the end of the day to undo that tension that you've accumulated throughout. I do have 2 yoga blocks for this practice, and when you're ready, come on over to all fours. We're going to start in a combination of, it's a bit of a blend between puppy and child's pose, and of course if there's any discomfort in your shoulders or your knees, you can always jump ahead to the next pose or modify as you need to. Let's keep those toes tucked under. I'm going to sit the bottom back, bring the belly to touch the thighs or close to. Then reach the arms out in front as far as they will go. Hands are as wide as the mat. Keep your elbows and your palms lifted, just the fingertips on the floor, and bring your forehead down. You can always use the block under the head if you need to. And let's gently guide those shoulders up towards the hips. See if you can inhale smoothly, deeply. And then take a little pause at the top before you exhale slowly, softening. Well done, yogis. Let's untuck those toes. Sit back for child's pose just for a few breaths, hands next to the feet, palms to face the ceiling. Allow the shoulders to relax. And see if you can puff out your back with your breath. And bringing yourself back up to tabletop. Great work. Let's recruit our 2 blocks. Take both of those blocks up to the high side and then step your right foot through. So we're coming into a lunge. We want the blocks underneath the shoulders or thereabouts. So moving gently here with the breath. When you exhale, straighten the legs. Right toes can point up to the ceiling. Left heel, your back heel, probably won't meet the mat. Then as you inhale, lunge. Bend the right knee, drop the hips. Continue to move slowly with your breath. Gently warming up the hamstrings, the hips. Well done, yogis. Let's do one more. And then you'll come down into a low lunge. You can pause here for a moment. A little tone in the left buttock. Feel as though you're dragging that knee forward. So from here, take your right leg out to the side and bring your left hand back next to the knee. So I've got one straight line. A right foot, left knee, left hand, left arm up. Now, of course, if you don't need the block or you want to adjust the height, do so. Gently send those hips forward. You have the option of staying exactly as you are, or you can move with the breath as you exhale. Take a seat. Sweep the arm in front of the body towards the right foot. And then as you inhale, come back up. Try to begin the breath before the movement. Well done, yogis. Let's bring those hands back to the center of the mat. Lifting up that right leg now. Take it behind you, cross it over, look over your shoulder, tuck those toes under and press into the hands, the hip and the heel. So you have the option here of coming back into child's pose with those knees next to one another and sit back. Otherwise, if your knees permit, we will take a variation of our cow face pose, Gomukhasana. You'll cross the right leg behind the left, press the knees together, take the feet wide, round the back as you sit back. Just here for a few breaths. And coming all the way back up. Well done. Uncross the legs. Let's do that same flow on the other side. So recruiting your blocks once more. Take your left leg up, find your lunge, and then move at your own pace. Great work, yogis. Coming down into your low lunge, hold it for a breath or two. Smooth out the breath. And take the hips back. Let's take that left leg out to the side, using the block if you need to. Otherwise, right hand to the floor. So right hand, right knee, left foot, all in one straight line. Either holding it still or take your flow. Well done, yogis. Let's bring those hands back to center. Crossing the left leg behind the right, look over your shoulder. Then coming into your child's pose, or crossing that left leg behind the right, pressing knees together, sitting back towards the heels, lifting the palms and elbows. Well done, yogis. Let's uncross those legs, come forward, and come down onto your navel. Arms out in front, Superman Cobra, elbows, palms lifted. Try and draw the hands back towards the feet. And when you're ready, lower down and come over onto your back. Just take a few breaths in our supported bridge pose. So this really is a posture that I do nearly every day. Knees are bent, we'll lift up those hips and place the block underneath. You could go flat side or you could go the second height. Or of course you could go higher by stacking two blocks on top of one another. So very therapeutic pose. It's a wonderful way to release tension in the low back especially. Also helps to stimulate our digestion. It's a lovely massage and gentle stretch for our digestive organs, especially the colon, and also really good for our respiratory function. And the head is a little bit lower than the heart, so we've brought that gentle inversion in. It's very soothing for the nervous system. And just begin to witness the breath in the front side of the body. Observing the body expand and contract with the ebb and flow of your breath. And let's release the pose now, pressing into the feet. Then lift up the hips and the heels. Remove your block, coming down very slowly. Touching down to the mat, take the hands to the knees. As you exhale, simply bend the elbows, thighs to chest. And as you inhale, press the thighs away, straighten the arms. Observing those changing sensations in the back. And if you need longer there, by all means, please stay for a little bit longer. Otherwise, for a slightly different counter stretch, arms out to the side, keep knees and ankles together, and just begin to trace little figure of eights. And then lower those feet down. One more gentle pose before Shavasana, gentle neck release. You'll need your block. Taking it underneath the head. Edge of the block is lined up with the base of the skull. You can keep your knees bent. As we exhale, let's slowly turn the head to the left. And as you inhale, coming back to center. Feeling those meeting points between the back of the head and the block. The movement is following the breath. And if you'd like to take a few more rounds, please do so. Just be sure to finish on the opposite side that you started. So I'm going to move into Shavasana now, but feel free to do so when you're ready. Of course, you can lay flat, or you can place one block under each leg, under those thighs. It's quite soothing for the hamstrings and the low back. I will leave you here today in Shavasana, yogis. Let's take the next few minutes to just be in this spaciousness, finding a little quietness. And taking the observer's seat. Just witnessing the breath come and go. And witnessing any thoughts that arise, simply pass by. There's nowhere else to be right now but with your breath.